Good morning, guys. So this weekend I'm going to work more on the interior panels, figure out what I'm going to do here around these windows. I did get a piece of the board that I've been using. So yeah, let's just get into this. Alright guys, so I covered the panel. What I did was I ended up taking the two pieces that I made and made one piece. I like that a lot better. It flows a lot better. And then what I did was these right here are called number 10 brass finishing washers. I love these things. And then I got, since I drilled the 3/16 inch hole, I got some stainless 3/16 inch self-tapping with the tapered head, so it fits inside. Hold on here. So it actually fits inside the number 10 washer. And let me swap you around, I'll show you how it looks. Well, and there it is. So I love these little finishing washers. I did this with the truck, but with the truck I did 1/4 rib nuts. With this I just did the screws like you saw. So it's on every rib here, and then the rib that sticks out, I've got them clicked into there, and there's no vibration. The only thing that I got to figure out here is down here, because it kind of does that. So I'm gonna have to make a little bracket and attach to that. But yeah, so that's where that's at, and there it is. And this material right here, I got it off from Amazon. It's the same material that I used on the truck. I'm basing a lot of the things that I did on the truck, meaning color wise, on stuff, because it was orange as well, orange and white. So yeah, I guess that's kind of like my theme here. And then this carpet here, I got to measure from here to here, there, and then I'll probably run down and pick up a section of carpet just to put there, and then up to there, and then that'll help quiet it down too. I'm still figuring out how I'm going to do this and these guys right here, because I'll show you what I was talking about on the last video. So on the door panels here, you can see it has a finished edge, right? So you would actually like bolt the piece to this, and then that's be a nice finished look. And of course back there doesn't have any, because there was never supposed to be any panels there. So that would lead to tell me that well, maybe these doors were just like our generic, so they just threw them on there, whether they cut out for the windows or not. So I have to figure out those, and these are not completely even inside between the panels, right, between the ribs. This one's in the center, but these two are forward in. See, right there. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna start, I'll probably make this piece that goes in here, and then the other thing is along the top. What I found out was the deluxes and the standards. So so the deluxes and the standard buses, you know, like the windowed buses, not panels, actually has a piece that goes across here that the panels would attach to, as well as they would also have it down there. Obviously this bus doesn't have it. And also, this is kind of confusing, that piece right there, it would actually continue down here from what I'm seeing, so it would have something to attach to as well. So yeah, so that's what I'm figuring out. So as I'm figuring this out, I'll be back. So I'm just going to kind of look at it a little bit for a little while, and then figure out the best way of doing it. It did come with a bunch of like pre-cut wood bends and stuff. I was like, oh, well, maybe those are supposed to go there. Maybe the guy actually purchased some and it's in a big bag. He wasn't sure what it was for. So when I asked him, and he goes, I don't know, it's something with the interior. I was like, okay. So I grabbed that bag of parts or pieces of wood that are cut, and none of it matches. So obviously it's not for this. It may be for a Volkswagen Bug, because I have a bunch of Bug parts that came with this. So let me put you back in the holder and straighten you out. So as I think probably what I'll do is I'll just take some metal and cut strips, like 2-inch strips, bend it at you know, like 1 inch and 1 inch. That way it'll give me something to attach to along the top of these panels. You know, just run it up into the lip. That's how it would be factory, right? So we'll see. So as far as you saw me stapling the interior, I used it's called Super 90. I usually like the Super 77, but the gentleman that does interior on the that I got information from the 442, he said that this stuff's better than the Super 77, and then he has another product that's even better, he said. But that's what I had on hand, so that's what I used. And the stapler, I think it was like 40 or 50 bucks off Amazon. I wish I would have had this with the GMC, but I got it because of the 442. Those interior panels weren't clipping in very well. You know, they weren't wrapped over, the glue was falling off. So I got that, and it does 1/8-inch staples. And this material that I got, again, from Home Depot, is actually 3/16. So it's a little stiffer than a 1/4 inch stuff, or 1/8 inch stuff. But the 3/16, it gives the staple a good bite, and it does pretty good overall. So that's where it's at. So we will be back in a little bit after I kind of take a peek at what I'm going to do in here, and we'll go from there. Be back. Alright guys, so we got the back panel made for there, that panel, and then this panel. Hold on a second. So there's the back so far, right there. And then with these guys back here, These are actually just pop riveted on with 3/16" pop rivets. I don't plan on taking that back piece off at all, so I figured I'll just attach it. But actually I'm thinking about doing the same with all of them, but we'll see how that goes. Alright guys, so I took a piece that I had, it's 29 inches. It probably should have been 30 to go all the way to the top there, but that was the piece that I had. So I'll probably put something across there, but anyway, so what I did was I measured over to where all the crankies are, just so I could set the piece up in there. And then what I think I'm gonna do to get the cutouts is I'm gonna open up those cranks so the window's open, and then I'm gonna take black spray paint and spray on the other side to give me like the template around where to cut out. So I'm gonna give that a whirl, see how that works for me, cut it out, set the panel back up there, and see if it's right. And then after that I can make like little trim pieces or something, maybe out of aluminum, just to kind of like frame them out. So that is what I'm gonna do. So let's see how this looks. So it actually did a pretty good job of giving me the shadow of it. This one obviously I didn't have a screen, so I could just trace it out. So let me define these lines and then we'll cut it. Why not? Let's see if it fits. Worked out pretty good. Let me show you. So there it is. Not so bad. Right there, it looks like I dipped down a little, but you know what? I think that's going to be great. Once that gets covered, it's going to be brand new. All right, so I'm going to take this panel off, and then I'm going to throw just some of that sound deadening. I have 6 pieces, so or 8 pieces. So I figure 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep. Generally, I would like cover that whole wall, but being as I have 8 pieces and everything that I'm seeing, what people do with these is they just put basically 1 piece on every panel just to kind of stop the resonance, right? Probably overall it'd probably be better to coat those entire things up, but I'm not going to do that. I have 8 pieces right now, and so I'll do that so I can button up that side, and then we'll go from there. So let me get those pieces off and put the sound deadening on, get that 1 piece covered as long as I have enough material, which I'm not sure, and then we'll put those pieces in, and then we'll go from there. So there's the Mat 66 over that 1 rib that goes across there, up on the top there, and there. So let me get this panel back in. So what I've decided to do is I don't ever plan on taking these panels off. With the vibration, I think that this bus is going to give over the years of us having it. I'm not going to put in screws either. So all this stuff, that's why I put all the dyno mat or the mat 66 sound deadening behind it. And then all I'm doing is I'm using 3/16" pop rivets with my 3/16" pop rivet gun. And I'm just going to pop rivet these panels on, super tight and right on there. As far as the panel where the windows go, I also pop riveted those in because the windows are serviceable because of all those M5s that I put in. Serviceable by taking it off on the outside. If I ever have to replace them or seals or whatever, it just comes right off. So I'm just going to put this panel back in. And that's it. These things are worth their weight in gold, I'll tell you. All right, so there we are. That's all done. We got the back piece and then that one in. I still have to figure out what I'm going to do with these two ends. I think I'm going to have to get some ABS plastic, heat it up and bend it. And there we are from this view. Oh, and also, my oil gauge came, or my oil temperature low pressure light came in. I just wired that in. See? I have to straighten it out. I have to probably take the shelf back out in order to get to the backing nut. But yeah. Everything still works. Alrighty guys, that's gonna wrap up this weekend. Interior panels in, somewhat. I still have to figure out the back pieces there and then the door pieces, because the doors, they come and then they bend forward. So I don't know if it's gonna be, because that 3/16 thick board that I'm using, right over there, it's pretty stiff. Like, it doesn't bend very well. So I don't know if I'm going to go down to an 1/8 inch on the door cards here and over on that side, and then the front of the inside that goes across there. I'm not quite sure yet, but when I do, I'll show you guys what I ended up doing. So thanks again for sticking around, and hey, go out and build something cool. Bye.